Hello, every pony. My name's Benjamin Brony.
I'm Captain Morris Sarcy.
I'm Kent Sylvan, aka Corruptor.
And this is BronyTrioRadio.
No, BTK6.
Yes.
He's recovering from a hangover.
All right.
Today we're going to be talking about pony channels, or brony channels.
Yeah.
Fan-related channels of My Little Pony.
We're doing Inception-ness. We're talking about the things that talk about the show. Basically, we're talking about other brony channels on YouTube. So, I guess the way we're going to kind of layer this out is we're really just going to go around the table kind of saying certain brony channels that we like, and we're going to basically put our 2 cents in why we like them, and just kind of give like a insight on what we like to watch. So who wants to go first?
Also, this is Kent talking, but this is Kent talking right now. I probably won't have too much to say because I don't watch too many videos, but the other 2 guys will probably have something to say.
I'm probably the one that actually watches the most.
Also, we have a pretty awesome guest today, so
yeah.
we'll bring him in here in a few minutes.
Soon. We might bring him in early. We don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I can get started off if you don't mind.
All right.
Well, nowadays, there isn't too many brony channels I watch, but there are ones that there's one that I keep up with regular, and there's a few that I actually will check in every now and then. One of them that I'm not sure who actually owns the channel, but one of them that I'm sub to that I love is Deleted Pony Videos.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
One of the things that's always bothered me about fan content, regardless of what fandom it belongs to, is when the artist feels it's not good enough to be on there, or they leave the fandom and they just take all their stuff with them.
Yeah.
I've had that happen so many times, and luckily
I think it's because also cease and desist, those type of things. I don't know how they kind of cut out the part that was cease and desisted or whatever, and then they can put it back on or something.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about that. I always have it happen to be where they just decide to take it with them, and luckily there's been some cases where I myself have managed to archive some of the content that's gone down, especially when it comes to art, because if I even see an art picture I like, I'll usually save it, and I tend to save a lot just in case. And then almost every day, I often see stuff that I actually recognize show up uploaded from Deleted Pony Videos.
There was a lot of good stuff from the early days of the fandom now gone.
I don't know, example, Double Rain Boom. I wanted to watch that.
Wait, that was taken down?
Yeah, someone re-uploaded it, luckily.
Oh.
I mean,
I first watched that.
Yeah, I like it for that reason, because I don't know, I wanted to watch it, and I was finally able to watch it. I was like, yes, because it's a really well done animation.
And then there's a few other channels. I mean, I watch the Brony Network on YouTube, more so just because he streams True Capitalist Radio every day.
The thing that started it all. Yep.
And then there's a few that I kind of like to check in on, Fluffy Mixer, Flufflepuff. Yeah. I used to religiously keep up to date on that, when's there going to be another one, when there's going to be another one.
Fun fact, Fluffy Mixer we actually were going to have as a guest for this episode, but for some reason, he said that he's not in the fandom anymore. He doesn't even do anything really brony related besides making those Flufflepuff videos. So he said he wouldn't be a good guest for this episode, or any episodes for that matter, because he doesn't even watch the show anymore, so, oh well. Kinda sucks.
He's a cool guy, though.
Yeah. I have a few of them, so one of them I really started getting into recently, and I'm actually in a Discord chat for this guy, or the Discord group. I think his name's Tootsie Roll something or other, and
Tootsie Forever.
Yeah, Tootsie Forever. Yeah,
he's a pretty cool guy.
He's pretty cool actually. He makes these really cool, kind of sarcastic in a way videos that tackle a lot of topics in the fandom, he somehow was able to tackle Clop and talking to your parents about being a brony and when the show's gonna end, very controversial shit, but he makes it actually work, and it's really he's kind of gotten up there on one of my favorites. There's also AC Race Best. And
I recently started watching him. He's cool. He's awesome.
Yeah, AC Race Best is this shit, dude. He for me, he's really cool because he used to do vlogs of Everfree and stuff. I think it was before I even went to Everfree. Now he does them, and I'm actually in one of his thing. He's actually in our limo that we drive the VIPs around at Everfree, and he found a rock. It's kind of cool. I was like, oh, he found that gem. Yeah, he really does cool things. I don't watch SaberSpark very often. He's his friend, but he does actually some really good videos too. Also, there's this other guy that we actually had his music in one of our live streams. Melodic Pony. You guys might remember it because we were talking about it at that time.
Yeah.
He's he passed away I think a year or two ago, and his music is just the most beautiful thing ever. It's so pretty. I really wish that they would have kept it going. Also, they're going to be doing I think they did like a fundraiser to actually play his things in an actual orchestra. It was on Equestria Daily, so.
Celestia, rest his soul.
Yeah, that was really cool. Oh yeah, there's another one. So there's this other channel I like to watch. It's a Brony channel, and he does random videos that are like pony and also non-pony, but they're really funny. And his name's Captain War Sarsi, and he does some really cool videos. He just actually got to 500 subscribers. That's really cool.
Thanks for the shout out on our own show.
I had to do that. I've known this guy forever.
Quick plug, by the time this episode's actually uploaded, the 500 stuff will be uploaded.
I hear he went bowling.
Yeah. Oh, that's a secret. No. I think there was like one more that I really forgot that I watched. I think it was Little Shy. Little Shy's a really cool one too. He does those Cinemare sins where he points out all the different things in the episodes that are wrong. I really like those.
Yeah, I almost mentioned him.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that's almost I think the entire list for me. What about you, Ken?
Like I said, I didn't have too many people to list out. I mean, Benjamin listed most of them because all the ones are like, oh, you know this guy AC Race Best and all these, and I pretty much started watching the people that they've been watching all this time. So I don't really watch too many videos. I do work on a lot of things, so I have no life.
There's none of them that you know. I know that you watch.
I have no life, so I can't die.
I thought you watched a couple of them that were like vague.
But I guess we could just bring our guest now.
Okay, I guess so. So now to bring on our guest. Hey.
Hello!
Welcome to BronyTrioRadio.
Hey.
Welcome.
Our guest, LuckyKnight. Fun fact, LuckyKnight is actually, he does his own podcast. It's called, what is it called? I'm a Brony and I'm proud.
What is it called?
Hey, I mean,
you guys are right.
I mean, I know of you. I never really watched any of your things, but I remember seeing you always on what's it called, Equestria Daily. So,
honesty.
It's honesty. I'm sorry.
Well, oh gosh, it is the best policy. How you doing, guys? Just been kicking back and listening to the magic. Gotta say, you guys have got a great radio dynamic. So good job.
Thank you.
Thank you very
that's
much.
really helpful. So what certain Brony channels do you like? I know that there was a couple ones that you brought up that we have actually never heard of.
Wow. Okay. So, I've got about 9. So, and I've just hearing you guys, and I've broken it down to into categories. So this is so here we go. So, my most watched ones are Silver Quill. I think he's the best analyst. Well, there's so many Brony analysts in the fandom, but he's the one I tune into the most.
I used to watch I Love KP, but something kind of
All the stuff.
all that stuff that happened kind of turned me off. I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still watch your stuff. I still watch the videos as they come out, but it's probably not with the same zeal that I've had in the past.
Yeah.
Not to say that they're still good. It's not to say that things are better now. It's just it would just take time, and that's the cliche. It just takes time to well, to heal wounds, as they say. But it's really great to see where credit is going and where credit is due. So yeah, Silver Quill. I mean, each video he puts out, and Silver, and also his sort of subset series, Silver Quilted, with his
oh yeah, his
quilted
little sock
OC.
thingy, or not sock thingy, his little plush.
And how he explores the characters with such respect and
He really
and
goes deep
integrity.
into it.
Oh, he really does, absolutely. So, very, very highly engaging, and you can't help but just completely stick with the program and see how it pans out. And he's funny too. I think that it's so. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword where he's got this sort of serious discussion, but he's funny. And it's not like like someone's just burning along. He really makes it entertaining as well, and of course supported by the artists as well. It's typically one of the if you ask me what's the first one, I just type in when I want to check out the videos. I mean, we've got 2 subscriptions, but sometimes it's just so many. I just type in the word and see what pops up. Then sort of moving on, Dr. Wolf, he does such great work for the fandom, being the resident counselor, psychologist for the fandom, and putting those video out, and it must be hard sometimes, but being that go-to person for when life gets tough. And I guess using reference from the show, the identity problems and friendship is magic promoted. The identity problems with the CMCs and general social problems that are covered by by Team Friendship. With the round table, and of course including Princess Twilight. So we've got that. So but yeah. So just seeing. There's so much heart in it, really, and I'm glad he's doing it.
There seems to be a lot of analyst people in the fandom.
Oh yeah,
including us.
Well, no, we're not analysts. We're actually
we analyze it.
we
Don't kid ourselves.
We don't really analyze it.
Don't
We
kid
try to
ourselves,
not
we
be
anal-
them.
we analyze
We
this.
bullshit about it. That's what we really do. We mostly nitpick on it, but we don't analyze it.
We give our opinions and we have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
We pick the corn out of the shit.
What?
What?
Exactly.
Well, you know what? Someone's got to do it, and it might as well be you three.
Oh God. Thanks, Kurt. Thanks, Ken. You fucking degraded me to that.
Yeah.
And you guys did mention, yes, Little Shy FIM entering my top 3 of most watched, and as you guys said, Cinema Sins is just so much fun to watch because, well, it's and like we were saying that it's fun to look at things, but it's even more fun to sometimes rip it apart.
I sometimes find myself stopping this video and rewatching it at least 3 or 4 times.
Excellent.
Yeah, trying to like nitpick all the little things and be like, oh wait, I missed that. It was too fast. Oh, I actually saw that. Oh my god, type shit.
Absolutely, and of course now that he's also doing the top 10 Brony videos for I'm not sure what happened with Joe Holler, but I guess life goes on, and he's picked up that task. So
he's been doing
shout out to
Joe Holler's been doing that for a while now, so it doesn't seem fair for him to kind of be like, okay, I'm tired of it. Let's get on with the show.
So it's great to see that that series is continuing, which is great for reasons. So yeah, so
kind of like this episode because they use it to advertise other people's animations and stuff.
Yeah, unnecessary plugs. Ding.
Yes, you are being plugged. Do you like electricity? Oh, excellent. Don't get electrocuted. But these guys have an electric personality. So good, let's go. Now, sort of moving on to the next category. So these are channels that I watch, but also have been guests on the podcast. I'm BronyTrioRadio at IBIP Show on Twitter, but generally that username is for everything. So if you put IBAIP Show into Google, well, something's going to come up. So Crown Prince, probably one of my absolute favorites. great and one of the best animators in the fandom. Very talented. Following her, I'm also one of her Patreon supporters as well. I mean, she has a series, Scribble Kibble, which is a great watch. Really highly recommend. Whether you're interested in animation, wanting to learn about animation, etc. She recently, towards the end of the last season, she ran sort of like an open mic kind of thing and got a whole bunch of requests and helped a whole bunch of people sort of about where they start and feedback, etc. So really strong position in the fandom as well. She deeply honored me with she animated a segment of the episode that we did together.
Oh, that's
cool. I found out about it because I saw the video coming up on my Patreon. I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome.
That's cool.
Don't know what to say. I mean, she did it, because reasons. But I just like, wow. It's like she didn't say anything, and it was like, oh, what a lovely surprise. So, and I think that video is coming up on 120,000 views or something like that.
Wow.
Nice. So there's that, and you hope. Oh, and I think a very small percentage is coming to my channel to see what we're about. So, yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on Grand Prince?
I actually like his animations actually because remember.
I'll stop you right there. There was a whole thing that whole thing sort of passed over. So yeah,
I was very confused on their gender. I never knew if it was a she or a dude. I just
Sexist.
No, shut up.
You can have both a clam and a corn dog.
No. Well,
there is a video that she's done that sort of shows this radio duo who talking about her, and one of them one of them's talking about he and she said no, and the other guy says no, she, yeah. But she did go by a male persona for a while.
That's what confused me, so.
And I think if you watch that video, I think it's I Am Horse or something like that. It's on the channel, and it pretty much sums up sort of recent history in the fandom, and of course, including samples from the podcast. So there you go.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is I like their animations. Because I've kind of glanced over them and actually started watching them, I think mostly actually from those top 10 videos because they were featured in them, and I was like, oh, that looks funny. And that one, I think the one that's my favorite is that I think it was like the mascot for BronyCon, and he was like, yo, it's me, the guy, when it come to BronyCon. It's like, I love that video so much. It was the greatest shit. You get the babes.
Oh, that's actually this is not technically in my list, but it's also when he puts out animations, because as you guys know, it takes quite a while to pull one out. But also Pymations, and
I love Pymations. That was one of the ones I forgot to mention. Oh, I forgot. I just got into Pymations just recently. He has the shit. It's the best stuff.
I love Py.
And Picapedi as well. So yeah, so three animators that you guys have to check out if you haven't, for whatever reason, you haven't checked them out already. So Crown Prince, Pymations, and of course Picapedi, and of course Fluffy Mixer when the Flufflepuff ones come out. So
we all watch those.
Really bless that guy. It's always a challenge when your work is so defined by a single character, and
his characters
it must
more
be tough.
popular than he has.
It is, and it's yeah, and I'll use that sort of phrase, double-edged sword. So it's we'll see what happens. So it's but like you said, yeah, it's such a strong character, and just its popularity is just. Probably in the million, who knows really, but yeah.
I think he has like 1.5 million subscribers. I don't remember, but I think it's like that. Something like that.
Yeah. This is actually the episode I'm currently working on at the time of this podcast, and life happens, so it's like you'll get this episode sooner or later. This is a name. Gosh, if you haven't heard this name, where have you been? Forever Free Brony.
He was my favorite back when I always listened to Brony music and only Brony music. He was tied as my favorite Brony music or some artist along with Slipstorm.
Well, I will say that his folio, his work is not just diverse, but it's huge as well. Very talented performer, musician, songwriter. So much original works, and that's something I really look at as a podcaster or even as a watcher. It's original works, what's completely done and owned by the artist. The episode that will come out, I think it's going to be about an hour long, maybe a little bit longer. We had a lot to talk about, and it will be a complete retrospective on the artist, the legend that is Forever Free Brony. I discovered him through Future What Are the Odds, the Twilight Tuesday homage episode, and of course his Happy parody with Pony. But I did make it a point that before we did the interview that I went through his entire body of work.
Wow.
And of course bought bought a whole bunch of it off his Bandcamp. So that's also the other thing. So yeah, if you can afford to pay for artist music, please do it. It goes to a great place. And he also went to Argentina on a mission for the Church of Latter-day Saints. So we've talked about this as well. So he's been everywhere, and even when he was in Argentina, he was still writing songs. So he's gradually, I think there's like a ridiculous amount of songs that he's going to be putting out. I think it's between 50 and 150 or something songs that he's written that he's going to be putting out over the months to come, or years. We'll see how we go.
That guy's fucking I'm badass at the songwriting, I guess.
Yeah, I personally have seen, like, outside of just his actual, like, him producing the songs, I've seen that he's been doing some amazing things, both in and outside the music.
Brony musicians seem to be the only ones I actually would be willing to give money to, because, I mean, yeah, fuck those big musicians and stuff. They have all those other people. I mean, the Brony musicians and stuff, their work goes unnoticed, and they should really get credit for it, and like, why not pay for at least a couple of songs?
Absolutely. And you know what, every dollar counts, because then you'll see their Patreon, they're getting 500 a month, and it's like, but my dollar is part of that 500. And you always think that if there's it's always a percentage of you've got your viewers and then how many people will be paying for it. So I have a marketing background, and generally it's about 30%. But probably in the Brony fandom, we're probably going to get about 10%, maybe less. But coming to the demographics, of course.
Unless you're
But moving forward from that, Fritzy Beat. Now he's one of the biggest collaborators in the fandom as a musician, as a singer, as a songwriter, and he's a good friend to so many bronies. A fair few of them horse famous, but he's a great musician, performer, songwriter, his own right. But he's worked with everything, and with almost everyone and every pony. So in the fandom. So if you haven't checked out Fritzy Beat, please check him out.
Oh, I've actually I used to watch a lot of his stuff, and I remember one time, like I think it was like a year or two ago, where like back in the early days of Equestria Daily, I had made up this thing called the Rubber Scootaloo, which is basically a rubber chicken, but with Scootaloo. And I made like a silly video on it where she's playing the piano and makes squeaking sounds. and Fritzy, I believe it was Fritzy that actually commented on it, and I was like, holy crap.
You need to actually make that still. The squeaky Scootaloo toy. Scootaloo bet.
These this is a category of guests I've had on a show, and I've been on as well. So sort of making a point that well, it wasn't really a point. Like, oh, you want to be on the show? Okay. We've got the Highland Bronies. These are Scottish Bronies who live in the Highlands of Scotland, and they have a podcast called Midnight Vibes Creator Scribes, and their format's great because they speak to a half-hour format and record to that half-hour format. So I commend them a lot, as opposed to myself, who would take an hour and a half interview and then edit it down to 30 minutes or what have you. So I kind of envy them a little, but their host Midnight Scribes, he's a great guy, and it's produced by Sugar Dove. So and I think they've already got a couple of seasons under their belt. So check out that one. I talk with Midnight Scribes quite a bit on Skype sometimes, and they're just a great bunch of bronies, and with ties to Mad Munchkin as well. So so worth checking out.
I've heard of Mad Motion, actually. I did watch like one of her episodes. I mostly for the fact I just really like her OC. It's really cute.
Absolutely. Also, the MBS Show. This is a podcast that's been running for many moons. Many moons, many years. They've had a long series of guests on the program. I was fortunate enough to be a co-host at one point, and even a guest on the program as well. So, hosted by Norman Sanzo and his team, and it's probably my, I guess, maybe second brony friend that I made online, more or less. So
I see his videos on EQD all the time, just like yours.
Mm-hmm. He churns them out, his schedule, and they do an interview at the beginning of the week, and he gets the episode out towards the end of it. So for the large part, they're mostly unedited. They sort of run the interview you watch is the duration of the actual interview. So as you can see, podcasts can come in all shapes and sizes and done differently, and that's probably why. And that's a good thing, because it brings variety, and everyone's got their own style of making content. So, I mean, like YouTube and SoundCloud or DeviantArt, there's content for every pony. So whatever floats your boat. My final thought, I've had them on for 2 episodes that are on the podcast because they've just been that awesome. The Shake-Ups in Ponyville. They are by far the best brony band for all ages. They write all their original songs based on the show. They cosplay in the band as well, and I've had the pleasure of speaking to both Sassy and Twi-Fi Sparklecaster on the first episode and season 1 of I'm Brony and I'm Proud, and then the second time around we talked about the new album, which was Rock Candy, I believe, and I spoke with 4 members of the band. So if you're talking to 2 people at once, talking to 4 at once is great as well. So you almost have to be an animal wrangler, but well, not really, but absolute pleasure to be honest. They're just such lovely people, and if you check out their Facebook page as well, they put up lots of lovely content, and they also go by the band the Shake-Ups as well, which they're going to be, at the time of this podcast, they will be putting out a Steven Universe album. So
oh boy.
So watch out for that. So and a shout out to the brothers, sister bands that they have is the 5 Year Mission, which is a Star Trek fan band. So
that's surprising.
So they've covered all levels. So if people ask you, oh, what's better than My Little Pony? Well, Steam
trains.
Universe. Or dreams. Yes, ponies in your dreams. It's really hard
No,
to beat
I said
that.
trains, not dreams. I said what's better than pony? I said trains. I like trains.
Oh, well, so do I, and I've got a friend of mine who loves trains, and I hope he
Yay.
becomes a nationwide train driver one day.
Awesome.
And that's pretty much it for me. That's sort of what I sort of run off the bat, kind of thing. So that's sort of 9 sort of channels that really come to mind. So
You had a
So,
big
yeah.
list.
Yeah, that's awesome. You had a little bit more than us. Or
Yeah.
you had way
A
more
lot
than us.
more.
You a lot more, really.
It's good that you shined light on them too. Is awesome because we like showing more channels.
Giving people, no matter, I mean, that's like one of the things that we do here. I guess you could say that we don't really care about the subscriber count and all that stuff. We really want to just create content, so like advertising other people, like we don't really care. We just want to, be good standing for, everyone.
Most of us are video watchers too. We
Yeah,
like
so-
watching YouTube poops and all that. So we're not just video creators. We like watching videos. And also, LuckyKnight. Just one little question. Did you know I'm wearing my tie just for you? Even though I wear it for every episode. But yeah, I'm wearing my yellow tie
Thank you.
just for you, buddy.
Do you know the magnitude?
thank you very
of the
much. And Fluttershy is my waifu, so thank you very much.
Awesome. Need to be yellow and pink, and need to be a Fluttershy tie.
And I probably should give a little bit of you're saying about content and just in promoting others. And initially, what Brony and Pride was about, especially for the first 2 seasons, it was when I sort of had got beyond that sort of passive member of the fandom and then becoming more active, namely sharing content and like, oh wow, have you seen this and that sort of thing. And I wasn't sure if I was a Brony. And I thought, well, there must be other people that I asked, and I think it'll Freefall. So I think sort of gave me the idea to do a radio show. It's like, well, it's like, and then I put it up on Facebook, and 20 people said, "Oh, I'd like to be on the show." It's like, good, maybe they have the answers. So, and that's how it evolved from there. And now, seasons 3 and 4 is focused mostly on the creatives of the fandom. So, and attracting some pretty cool names, and really, and of course, having unknowns who are brilliant in their own right, and yes, need to be seen. So it's like back in the day, you had a website, but people didn't know about it unless you told them. So it's not much has changed, apart from the viral power of social media, which is more or less what the fandom has been based on. The dark holes of 4chan and exploding to where it is today.
Where we're out in the open and we're burning in the sunlight. It's one channel that I really, really, really like. It's not too popular, actually. It's only known by a few people, but it actually has only been posted on Coaster Daily a few times. It's called BronyTrioRadio. And there's these 3 hosts, and one of them that kind of pops in and out sometimes.
These 3 dumbasses.
Yeah, they
Benjamin Warsarcy and Kent Sullivan.
Kent Kirkland, and what's it called? I mean, they just do stupid episodes, try and pass the time, but try to make fun of every moment. So that's it.
No, we're plugging ourselves in.
Exactly, in our own fucking
That
episode.
makes no sense.
Exactly.
We're idiots.
Trying to plug a wall socket into a wall socket.
All right.
Well, thank you all for tuning in, and thank you very much, LuckyKnight, for being on a guest and actually having the most to say out of all of us.
Yeah.
And remember, everyone, to check out his I'm Brony and I'm Proud
Oh, yeah.
podcast. We'll
Yep.
put the link in the
we'll link
description.
We'll link in the description, and don't
I promise.
don't forget to if you want to be on our show, get in contact with me on Discord. I'm gonna leave my Discord name in the description. So down below, if you guys ever want to be a guest, we'll take anyone, Lily.
We'll plug us in. We'll plug us in. And
All
take care,
right.
y'all.
Big
As
care.
Warsay says.
Bye.
Saying the stables, what Warsay
Hi.
says sometimes.
It's My Little Pony. Just a moment. Phone's ringing. We're gonna cut this out.
Looper.
let me get the phone.
We gotta.
Damn it, Ben.
I know, I just wanted to. This will be bloopers. Where's my phone? Oh, well, stop. Let me see who called.
Oh, continuing on.
Wait, let me see who called at least so I can.
Tell him to shut up.
It was mom and dad. I'll just, what's it called? I'll close the zipper up so. Put it on, like, on the opposite side of the room so it doesn't pick it up. Okay, continuing. Okay, we'll, put this back.
Hello.
The phone.
Ring, ring, ring,
To
ring.
Celestia.
Just a
Earth
moment.
to Celestia. Are you reading me? Are you reading me? Hello?
Just tell him to wait for another, like, 10 minutes.
Hello?
Just a moment.
Just a moment.
I know it was for me. It's my fucking parents.
Your spaceship is broken. Please
Okay,
consult
now-
your warranty.
You can continue now.
He's dead, Jim.
Okay.
We need more red shirts. More red shirts. Come on, let's go.